3.99 APR financing, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Stay ahead with Camry. Toyota. Let's go places.
October, as you know, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, yet so many women continue to neglect regular preventive mammograms. Our next guest would like to change that truth. Brittany Hennessy is the Director of Breast Services for CHI Memorial, and she joins us this morning in her pink. Nice to see you. It's a fact, right, that we still aren't getting them the way we should?
Unfortunately, yes, it is.
So y'all stepped up ahead of the game, if you will, really years ago, Memorial did, with your mobile mammography. I was going to say unit, but I think it's plural. You have more than one.
Yes, units, yes. 2005 was when we started, and we saw that women were neglecting to get their mammogram just because of access, and we wanted to break that barrier of access, and we wanted to make it simple, easy.
I realized the irony of it because probably if you got a group of us together around a table and we began talking about people we know who've had breast cancer, one of us probably would be that person.
Absolutely.
And you would probably hear stories of, oh yeah, my friend went in for her regular mammogram and poof, they found something, and thank goodness they did. That's commonly said.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in their lifetime. So, if you think you have a group of 8 women, at least one of those, statistically will have breast cancer.
Okay, also statistically, the survival rates continue to go up.
Absolutely.
Doctors know how to treat it in such different ways now than they once did.
Yes, state-of-the-art equipment, I think helps that. We're finding it earlier, which is great. And there's also the access that we're able to provide, but also awareness.
Well, let's talk about that access, because it's one thing to have access at the hospital.
Right.
It's another thing to have access through these mobile mammography units, which means that you go out and about. So how far do you go?
We like to stay within a 100-mile radius of the hospital. Sometimes we can go over that a little bit, but we go to 15 counties in Tennessee and I think 12 in Georgia.
Okay.
So, yeah.
When you go, like employers, if someone's watching right now, they could contact you, and even if they can't get you there until November or January, you can make an appointment and go to their workplace to do this. Is that right?
Yes, they would just call the office, 495-6744, and we can get them with our outreach coordinator and get that scheduled.
So what happens, Brittany, if you do this and you're a woman and you go in and you have the mammogram done? Are they reading it on the spot? Are those slides, is it sent back? The imaging is sent back to radiology at the hospital?
Yes. Our radiologist, the same radiologist that's reading it, if you're coming to the office, is reading it that evening or the next day when the coach gets back in. And then if we see something that we'd like to get a different look at, have you come back into our brick and mortar locations.
What are the recommendations? Is it still 40?
It is. We like to say 35 for your baseline, and then starting at 40 yearly. Unless you have some sort of family history or something like that where you need to come earlier, you definitely need to talk to your doctor about that.
Are the mammograms 2D or 3D, or do you have a different
We have both.
unit? Okay.
Both, yes. One of our mobile units has 2D and one has 3D.
Remind people of the difference in that. I mean, we commonly say it now, but still some women don't know.
Yeah, 3D is for women who have dense fibrocystic breast tissue. You won't know just by looking or feeling of your breast. If you have dense breast, it's going to have to take imaging for us to be able to tell you yes or no. Also something to talk to your doctor about.
So, okay, but let's suppose that you're a church, right? And they say, we want y'all to come to our Wednesday night supper.
Okay.
Would you bring both units or just one?
We would bring one. Most of the time we would like to send our 3D coach out. Sometimes we're not able to, but if we have a special request for 3D, we always try to make sure that happens.
So if you're a woman who doesn't have dense breast tissue, can you still utilize the 3D mammogram?
Absolutely.
Okay,
yes.
So it's a one-size-fits-all.
It is. It's a little bit more radiation. That's why we try to be conservative with it.
Okay.
That's why we say talk to your doctor about it, because he knows what other tests you're getting to see if maybe, you need to be careful of that.
Am I right or wrong that you tend to have denser breast tissue if you're younger than older?
You're correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's really important then, because we hear about women being diagnosed at younger and younger ages. It's because we're able to detect it now, where once upon a time we couldn't.
Early detection, and my motto is always early detection saves lives. So,
once a year, is that how often you should have one?
Yes, unless you've high risk, have a family history, and that's again something to talk to your doctor about.
And then when does it wane away? At what age do you begin to say, okay, once every 3 to 5 years?
That is definitely a conversation to have with your physician. Our kind of what we go by is if you have a life expectancy of less than 10 years. But even that, you should always talk to your doctor. There could be other reasons they want you to have one.
Okay, and y'all couldn't do this. I mean, the hospital's always been behind it, but so has the community. So
Absolutely.
Every year when y'all have pink, which I think you've just come off the heels of, right? Or is it coming up?
Coming up in January.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry. The year goes by quickly.
It really does.
If you're even lucky enough now in October to get a ticket to that one,
Exactly,
they sell
yes.
out fast. But that's what you use the monies for, is to go back into things like the mammography units and that
Yes,
type of
yes,
thing.
it all stays local, and we use it for state-of-the-art equipment. Our, coaches use it for our brick and mortar locations as
Okay,
well.
and I guess one more thing. Suppose somebody comes to you, or you come to them with the mobile, and you find something.
Yes.
If they have a doctor and they're not part of the memorial system, and I don't mean this leading, but they can go to whomever they choose for their treatment. Is that right? If a cancer is detected?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yes, they can.
But
We'll
they-
guide them. We'll give them a call and assign them, what to do next. The nurse navigator, they can do that, or they can go with whatever their doctor
But
chooses.
what you'll find if that happens to you, and of course we pray it doesn't, is that at Memorial, once your name is that's detected, you become part of a team approach.
Absolutely.
And you're talked about every day by
Yes.
every person who has a hand on you.
Exactly, yes.
All
yes.
right. So to reach you and have that beautiful pink van come to them, the mobile mammography unit, you call 495-4040 or go to memorial.org to learn more. Truly about the best you can find in the region.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Brittany.
Thank you.
Winter weather is coming, and we know that each winter here can be very different.